Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
Hello and welcome to My Hometown. My name is Bill Horan, and I'm here with my co-host, Nassau Community College graduate, Corey Kaufman, coming to you live via Zoom and being socially distant as recommended.
Today we're going to learn about the only full-service JCC on Long Island's North Shore, the Sid Jacobson Jewish Community Center, and a program that offered called the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center for people who have been diagnosed with or have recovered from cancer.
Let's do this right by welcoming our guest, Connie Wasserman, the Associate Executive Director of the Sid Jacobson JCC, and Randy Hight, the Director of the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center. Connie and Randy, welcome to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Thank you for having us.
Ladies, let's start off and let me ask you, I hope you're both doing well, and how have you done during this COVID-19 pandemic? Has the virus affected either of you personally?
Thank God it has not affected me personally. However, I do know people who were affected and some have passed away.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's sad to hear. I'm sorry to hear that. And hopefully things work for the best for them. And you almost don't know what to say that it's so tragic. So, Randy, how about you?
Yes. My immediate family, my pod, as we're calling them, are doing well. I just heard my two nephews who went to college have both been positively tested. But they're going to be fine. And yes, as like Connie said, unfortunately, this COVID virus has been affecting a lot of people in all different ways.
I'm going to make a joke by saying at least you know your nephews are staying away from the parties. They're probably actually studying, and they're probably in the library where nobody else is because the kids getting it are at the parties, as we hear.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Corey?
So give us a quick overview. What exactly is the Sid Jacobson JCC all about, Connie?
Okay. Sid Jacobson JCC, as you were mentioning before, is a full-service community center. So we serve all ages, all stages of life. We have a full-service, state-of-the-art health and wellness center and an indoor pool aquatic center that is just second to none. We also have an early childhood center that's nationally accredited. We have after-school programs for school-age children. We have a teen program. We have an incredible cultural arts and adult programming. So we have Mahjong, Canasta. We have an incredible cultural arts program that offers our author breakfast series. And then we have specialized services that include programming and services for those individuals who have special needs from ages 5 all the way through adulthood. And then we have our senior programs. We have programs during the week for our seniors, vibrant, healthy seniors, as well as adult day programming for those who are frail, may have had a stroke, may be suffering from a form of dementia, and those are our adult day programs. And we also have one of the first of its kind adult day programs for those diagnosed with a younger onset. So these are people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s with a dementia. We have our community engagement center, which offers our community needs bank and volunteer opportunities. So we have drives throughout the year, as well as our mitzvah, Curb Your Mitzvah, where people are able to bring things that are needed in our food bank, in our community needs bank, and then delivered to food pantries across the North Shore, as well as through this pandemic. We have been delivering over 15,000 pounds of food to hundreds of food insecure families across Long Island. We have our Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center. We hear a need in the community, and our agency has always figured out a way to meet that need. And I'm sure I have forgotten many things that we do. Randy, what did I forget?
Well, I just want to know, for those who may not know, what exactly is a JCC and what is the overall purpose in the community?
Okay, so we're a Jewish community center. So our center is based on Jewish values. And again, all of our offerings are open to the public. If you're a member, you're able to participate in our health and wellness center. We meet a need in the community. You know, I remember a few years ago hearing people were actually moving to East Hills because of our community center, because we serve everyone in the community through various programs and opportunities.
And is it nonprofit or for-profit?
We're a nonprofit agency, and we serve everyone.
Right.
You don't have to be Jewish to be a part of our community center.
That's what I was going to ask, yeah.
No, it's open to the entire community. We serve everyone.
Connie, can radio talk show hosts, can they get in for free? Because it sounds great.
You can become a member, too.
We want that free pass, though. We figure, maybe we get a perk like donuts sometime from the donut store, etc. Maybe there's a free perk for us. No,
come in and talk to me. We'll talk.
You're a good salesperson. And by the way, when you talk about giving out the free food, I'm sure it's very hard for the people receiving it to show their appreciation because of the difficult times and what they're going through. But as a radio show host, I want to thank you for the Long Island community for what you're doing. Even if you only helped one person, and with 15,000 pounds of food, you're helping a lot of them. For the work your folks are doing, your members are doing, it's a wonderful thing. And I'm sure you're saving a lot of lives and just making people feel good that there's someone out there like yourself, like your organization, caring for them. Because I think we all need that.
I do believe, Bill, we have been a lifeline to the community. Our seniors have been on Zoom every week, so they have maintained their relationship programming. Every single part of our agency has offered virtual programming so that we remain the lifeline. And now we're starting to bring programming back into the agency.
How have your operations changed, though, during the pandemic?
So everything became virtual in a nanosecond. And for those of us that never necessarily knew what Zoom was, we learned very quickly.
Me too.
And programming became virtual. I'm a social worker and never would have offered a support group for caregivers other than in person, and we learned to do it virtually, and that became a lifeline. So all of us social workers continue to see clients because we also offer a full service of support groups and counseling services. We did everything virtually. We started bringing programming back, so we had our camps operate this summer. So what was different was where our camps for special children with special needs might serve 125 campers. This summer we served 35 to 40 campers. But we did it safely. The staff wore masks. And alluding to what Randy said, everyone was in an individual pod. So as we brought programming back into the agency, everyone has their temperature taken. Everyone must wear a mask. Everyone must socially distance. And you have to follow footsteps along the corridors so that you are maintaining our guidelines, and our programs are operating in A days and B days, so there's no crossover with staffing. We're very, very strict, and thank God we did not have anyone that became ill over the summer, and we served hundreds in our Camp Jacobson day camp, and everyone was fine.
It sounds wonderful, and not only that, it's even more important, as you said, that you're doing it the right way. Better to be socially responsible, better to be protective of the people, because obviously you don't want to do something that you're out there to help them. And even if it would be by accident that someone gets it or gets close, it's good to see that the whole operation, it's a lot of work, but obviously you're up to it and you're doing it the right way. Corey?
You are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Corey Kaufman, along with Bill Horan. And today we're talking with Connie Wasserman, the associate Executive Director of the Sid Jacobson JCC, and Randy Hight, the Director of the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center. So, Randy, can you tell us all about the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center and how it relates to the JCC?
Absolutely, Corey. So the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center has been in existence for over 15 years. It started out as a very small program directed for women with breast cancer, trying to help them alleviate some of the stress and physical impact from having breast cancer. It was originally called Strength to Strength. And it was a 2-day-a-week program, and people really took to the program and felt wonderful by being involved with it through our exercise classes, discussion groups, and meeting with other people and feeling connected with people who really understood what they were going through. Fast forward to 2020, we're now called the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center. We have been given the privilege of renaming the program because one of the people whose wives was involved with us, Nancy Marx, her husband was able to dedicate the naming of the center. We now have multiple days of exercise classes with cancer exercise specialists. We have discussion groups for multiple different diagnoses. We have a breast and gynecologic group. We have a group for people with general cancers, so anybody who doesn't fit into our breast and gynecologic group can come, men and women. We have a men's only group where they're able to talk about things that they typically don't want to share, perhaps, with a mixed group. And then we have a metastatic, advanced, and recurrent group. And that is, when Connie talks about lifeline, these groups are people's lifeline to be able to find the positive and still continue to fight the fight of dealing with a cancer diagnosis. In addition to that, we have short-term individual counseling sessions, information referrals services, and we have specialty programs, such as our retreat that we have, Relax, Restore, Renew Retreat, which we do annually. Typically, we do it at Camp Jacobson. It's a full-day retreat, and the people really look forward to that. Last year, we had upwards of 60 people who attended and really were so thrilled to be able to be on the campus grounds that are so beautiful in Old Westbury. And unfortunately, this year, we are not going to be able to have our retreat at camp, but we will, in fact, do our retreat, and we will do that through Zoom, and we will do it the best that we can with connecting with people. So we have other programming. We've had authors come. We've had doctors come and speak, all different types of services and information that people receive. And we like to think of ourselves as complementing the services, the medical services that cancer survivors receive from their medical team. So they go to their doctors and they go to all of their services and surgeries, etc. And people can reach out to us before that occurs, during the time that they're going through treatment. But then we find oftentimes when people are finished with treatment, they feel a little bit untethered. They're lost. They don't know who to turn to. And when they turn to us, they find another family. They find people who are going to be there and be responsive to their needs. And we're just thrilled. We're thrilled. We continue to grow. We continue to support those people in our community.
And just to add to what Randy said, in order for people to become integrated back into a community and be able to identify themselves, not by their cancer, but rather cancer is something that they have, they can do that in a community center where they can't really do that in the same way in a hospital setting.
Right. Sounds like a very welcoming place for a lot of people. Can you tell me who exactly was Nancy Marx?
Nancy Marx was, as I said, a woman who unfortunately was not able to fully take advantage of all that we had to offer She was a cancer patient who unfortunately, as I said, has died. But the services that we were able to provide to both Nancy and her husband, Harvey, were greatly appreciated by the Marx family, and therefore they felt that they wanted to make sure that other people who had gone through similar experiences were able to receive all the programming and services that we are able to provide.
And Nancy and Harvey Marx had been members of our JCC and took advantage of our health and wellness center for many years. So when she was diagnosed, they immediately turned to Randy, but unfortunately, they weren't able to utilize the services for as long.
Randy, could you tell us physically where is the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center?
Under normal circumstances, the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center is housed at the Sid Jacobson JCC. But once COVID hit, we have pivoted to all online virtual programming. 100% of our programming is through Zoom, FaceTime, telephone conversations, email, and we're seeing an increase in need from the people who are reaching out to us. We have over 50 people since COVID began who have taken advantage of counseling sessions. We also have done videos, which we hadn't done in the past, exercise videos that we put on a YouTube channel, and over 1,500 people have viewed those videos to be able to keep healthy and to keep their schedule going. But we also have live Zoom classes that people are able to participate in, and our discussion groups are also live and facilitated by a cancer oncology social worker. And the people are really, they're, in addition to learning how to deal with cancer, they are learning to adapt to a pandemic.
I know Corey has a question about one of your big events coming up, so we'll switch over to Corey now.
So let's talk about one of your big events coming up. Tell us all about the Stronger Than Cancer 5K, and how will it take place this year?
So the Stronger Than Cancer 5K, we first participated in that in 2009. So this is our 11th year of raising funds for the Cancer Wellness Center. It will be on Sunday, October the 18th. And the registration fee is rather small. It's $20. We're asking people to come and to either walk or run in person. And if they don't feel comfortable doing that, people are welcome to virtually participate in the 5K. And we have all of our links to participate and also to register to sign up teams. We're asking that the participants really reach out to their friends and family to be able to support this wonderful service that we provide to cancer survivors, and to be able to expose what we do to the community. Because the more people who hear about what we do, the more people we're able to serve. And of course, the funds that are raised go directly towards the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center, where most of our programming is for free to all participants.
That's a great fee, $20. I think most health outings start at $400, $500. $20, I like it. That sounds good. Randy, tell us, so where physically is the 5K held?
The 5K is going to begin at Sid Jacobson JCC, 300 Forest Drive, and that's in East Hills, right off of Northern Boulevard, across from the Nassau County Museum of Art. People go down to Northern Boulevard, they take a quick run or walk through our lovely East Hills area, and then they come back and finish at the JCC. And as I said, those people who are going to be virtually walking, we're going to be having programming set up for them so they too can feel like they're part of the greater community race. We want this to be, and it's been growing so much that it's become a race and an event that people are interested in participating in.
No, it sounds great. Now, let me ask you, because when a lot of us hear 5K, something like that, we automatically in our mind see running. And if you saw me, my body is not a runner's body. So can we have walkers in that event?
We love walkers.
Okay.
You could run, you could walk, you could do this virtually. It's a large-scale community event. You see families walking with their children, with their dogs. It's a great community event.
Now, it sounds like a lot of fun. I just wanted to make sure that I felt you were probably allowed to do the walking part, but of course it's your event, so I wanted our audience to know and how they go about it. If they want to sign up, where would they call or who would they contact?
They go to www.sjjcc.org/5K. That's www.sjjcc.org/5K.
Excellent, thank you.
I'm not much of a runner, so maybe I'll just do like a light jog, if that's all right.
Corey, you come and we make sure you'll be right there with everybody else. And we would love to have you and your friends to come.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Corey and I have the body better suited to the donut eating contests. I think those are the events we're there. But maybe now that we know we can walk, you'll see us there. Yeah. Corey, I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Well, you are listening to My Hometown on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.38 WHPC. My name is Corey Kaufman, along with Bill Horan. And today we're talking with Connie Wasserman, the Associate Executive Director of the Sid Jacobson JCC, and Randy Hight, the Director of the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center. So my next question is, how many years have you held this event, and how much money does it usually raise?
So we have run this event for many, many years. It started out as a small 5K run, and it now has grown into a very large-scale community event, and again, for runners and for walkers. And we also have people walking all ages, so with children, teens. It's really a wonderful event. It is our primary fundraiser for Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center, and we raise thousands of dollars, and those dollars that are raised are critical because without those dollars, Randy would not be able to provide the programming that she's providing. Most really, all are free of charge. And I don't know, Randy is a licensed social worker, but she also has a specialty in oncology social work. So when people are speaking with Randy, they're getting someone who is incredibly knowledgeable, and all of our exercise specialists have been trained to work with cancer survivors. So it's a very special program.
Connie, you mentioned the camps that you had in the past. One, what did you have to do this year to make the camps different, and what are the plans going forward? Because I know camps have to be planned months in advance going into 2021. Mm-hmm.
Well, when we decided to open up our camps, and one of our camps is Camp Jacobson, which is in Westbury, and then we have our Camp Kahila for those with special needs, which is at Henry Kaufman Campground in Wheatley Heights. And then we have our Summer Streeters day camp, which is here at Sid Jacobson in East Hills. We were notified, or we were informed in June that early June that the governor lifted the restrictions and that we could operate camps as of July. So we have less than a month to prepare. And what we did was we followed CDC and Department of Health guidelines, which instructed us that we could not have any more than 10 individuals per pod, 10 to 12 children per pod, that all staff had to wear protective equipment, masks, gloves, and we created the camp to follow those guidelines very, very strictly. What we learned is that we could do it. We did it successfully. And we did it in a month's time. And all three camps operated quite well. So we know that we can do it if we have to again for next summer, but we're hoping and praying every single day that next summer won't be the same as this summer. But we're ready for anything.
It sounds like you're very well prepared.
We have to be.
Corey?
What other programs and events does the Sid Jacobson JCC have coming up? I saw something on your website about drive-in concerts?
Oh, yes. We had an incredible drive-in series that started in June. We actually held 4 concerts in our parking lot, drive-in concerts, very, very well attended and well received. It was an opportunity for people to get out and enjoy themselves, being socially distanced and safe, as well as some movies. We had drive-in movies in our parking lot. We also have set up tents in our parking lot. So our fitness instructors work with clients out in the parking lot, again, socially distanced. Our Community Needs Bank has been operating Curb Your Mitzvah and having collections on Sundays. And again, we have a line of cards. We had a collection of clothing, and we collected thousands of pounds of clothing to donate. So if you look on the website, which is www.sjjcc.org, you can look up our Community Needs Bank and find the schedule of Curb Your Mitzvah. We also have a wonderful author breakfast series that we do here in the JCC, and this year we're going to do it virtually. And one of our, on October 20th, we're going to have Steve Madden, who wrote the book The Cobbler, and it's going to be virtual again. Go to our website, www.sjjcc.org. And then we have our Care Day, which is a day for caregivers. And we bring in a renowned speaker, Tifa Snow, who helps caregivers deal with the stresses and difficult behaviors of dementia, Alzheimer's or other types of dementia. And we're going to have that again this year on October 25th, and it will be virtual as well. And
that's a lot of fun.
Connie and Randy, we want to thank you. This has really been so interesting, and you do so much for the people. I think people should be aware of that, and if they're not part of it, or if they would like to be part, to get in touch with you. You've given us the contact information. We want to thank today our guest, Connie Wasserman, the Associate Executive Director of the Sid Jacobson JCC, and Randy Hight, the Director of the Nancy Marx Cancer Wellness Center. Connie and Randy, good luck to you, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Bill and Corey, thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Please continue the great work, and if you have that donut eating contest, we better see my name and Corey's name on it. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thanks again.
We'd like our audience to know that you've been listening to My Hometown. I'm Bill Horan with Corey Kaufman. Thanks for listening to this week's special edition of My Hometown.
We'd like to get your feedback on My Hometown. Send your comments to WHPC@ncc.edu. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues. Till next time, this is Bill St. James. And remember, there's no town like your hometown.